I'm here with Heather Williams, who's the lead of the Conservative group at South Cambridgeshire Council. You see around us here, we've got people working around there, probably working 5 or 6 days a week. We've got taxi drivers, we've got police officers here, all working hard every day. But Heather, what's happening in South Cambridgeshire Council? Because, there we've got people in the council now working a 4-day week.
They are.
Are they making up the hours within those 4 days? They'd normally work for over 5 days?
No, and that's where some of the confusion lies, actually. Is some companies, what they do is they say you can work all your hours, longer days in 4 rather than the 5. That's not what the council's doing. They are actually asking staff to only work 80% of the time that they're paid for.
Are they cutting their salary to do that? Or?
No, they get paid 37 hours to only work 32 every
Wow.
week. And the leader calls it a gift. But it's very nice for it to gift a day off every week, but it's at taxpayers' expense.
Right.
And they've put the council tax up every single year. They've put social rents up every single year. And yet this is how they're spending our money.
And what about, is performance improving? Is it getting more productive, or are services deteriorating?
Well, we've had referred to as an independent report, but we've had problems with reports actually having the negative information taken out of them by in the past, mainly by the officer's request, which is very concerning. But what's important to myself, as I know you all understand this as well, we're elected by residents.
Yes.
Their voice has to be front and centre.
Yeah.
And they have said across the board in all areas they are more dissatisfied now than they were before the trial with the council services.
Wow.
So for me,
It's not working.
For me, no, it's really simple. And
Yeah.
as someone that interacts on a day-to-day basis, we ought to be clear, the officers haven't chosen this. This is politicians, this is elected councillors
Yeah.
that have made this decision.
Sure.
Only 8 of them. I've still not had a vote 3 years on. I get one in a couple of weeks. I'm very
Okay.
excited.
And you're going to vote against it?
I would very much hope so. Yes, no, definitely. It's because I've looked at those results from that resident survey. I will stand up for what residents are telling me, from what I'm experiencing and what they want. One resident explained it to me as a slap in the face for all the extra hours. They work 6 days a week to be funding somebody else to work for.
Absolutely. Crazy.
And at a time like this, what are they thinking?
Yeah. And things like collection of rents, collection of business rates, collection of council tax, all those metrics are actually deteriorating, getting worse based on this new regime, this new working pattern.
Yes, we can see some of the performances are going down. People have said that, some things are going up. Actually, when we look into the detail of that, it's nothing at all to do with productivity. We've seen the council take on automation, AI. There's been over 100 process changes in the way that council's working. And it's so disingenuous of the Lib Dems to say that it's because of the 4-day week.
Run the council.
Yeah.
But they've been allowed to carry on with this by this government. The Labour government has said, they said basically carry on, you're fine.
Yeah.
And the worry is, of course, the entirety of the public sector will end up working 4-day weeks.
How do you say that people in a council can earn the same money, working less hours, but not teachers and firemen and paramedics?
Exactly right.
They're actually creating a 2-tier system. So at which point, other employers will have no choice but to go onto the 4-day week. At which point, they're then interfering with the labour markets. Everything is Conservatives we completely oppose. And the government's just allowing them to do whatever they like. Completely different to what yourself and Conservative colleagues did when we were in government.
Right. Because we believe actually taxpayers' money is important, public services are important, and it's really important people do whatever they can to improve those public services. And obviously the Lib Dems don't believe in that.
Would appear not.
Okay, well thanks for all you're doing, Heather.
Thank you very much for your time.
And you're going to vote against it when?
On the 17th of July.
Brilliant.
And there's still time for people to have their voices heard, so I hope they get in touch.
And the next time you get a chance to vote for a Conservative councillor in South Cambridgeshire, please do so. We would not countenance any of this nonsense.
Definitely.